I have had this complete 180 turn from the person that I was 4 weeks ago, 6 months ago, even like a week ago. Okay, hi you guys, and welcome to the long-awaited glow up update video. So many of you guys have been asking me for like an update, what I did that worked, what didn't work. So I wanted to do like a dedicated video to go through each of the things that I talked about in the original glow up video. Shout out to Ocean Whisper for making a list of these things because I deleted mine on my notes. I'm not sure why, but we now have a list, so thank you for that. First thing I talked about in that video was Pinterest. Also, I'm filming this in my parents' bathroom, so it's gonna be really weird and echoey, but this was like the best lighting in my house right now, so there you go. Pinterest. I still use Pinterest religiously every single day. Like, I don't know, inspiration and like just goals in general, things I want to do with my life. I love beautiful things in beautiful places, beautiful images, beautiful food, so that has not changed. I still use Pinterest religiously. Next on our list is hair care routine. I'll put this like little list in the description box as well, along with like links and stuff that I talk about. I have been doing my rice water, my inversion method, Olaplex, all that stuff. I have noticed my hair is a lot softer, healthier, it like bounces back quicker. It's not as dry as it used to be. Next is skincare routine, which this has changed a bit since the last video. I ran out of all of my skincare products and then just never ordered them again. But I did have an appointment with my dermatologist and she gave me a bunch of new stuff to try. My skin ended up just like breaking out a little bit and like I was going through weird like hormones and all that stuff. So I'm now using, like I just use Cetaphil and CeraVe to moisturize. I now use tretinoin, which is a retinol, and then clindamycin, which is also a retinol, I think. I don't know, but I have noticed since I've started using it, my skin is a bit more dry, so I have to moisturize more, but like it looks very glowy and healthy. I've also been drinking a ton of water and just like eating a lot cleaner, so I think that has a lot to do with it, which we will talk about. But yeah, skincare, I don't really do much of like kind of really have like a skincare routine anymore, which is another something that I've really been working on. I have realized throughout this whole process of like the glow up that I don't do routine well. I don't like I'm not an organized person. I am not someone that likes to do the same thing every day. Like I like to do different things and experience change, and like I didn't realize all of that because it was covered up by my anxiety, but we'll go into that in a little bit too. I was like forcing myself to do like this regimented skincare routine, which did like, I mean, it felt good on my face, but it was always like a dread to like, oh, I have to do, I don't know. It just became something that was not like enjoyable anymore. Plus I ran out of everything. So it's like, whatever. Okay, next is I'm gonna group drinking water and listening to your like body intuitions into the same thing. I've been making like a constant effort to listen to my body more, listen to my intuition, drinking more water, eating like less processed foods, just like trying to eat closer to nature. And that has done wonders for like my mental health, but also like my skin is glowing a lot more. I feel healthier, my hair is healthier. So that's been a big thing too. I'm going to start, I know I said this for the last video, but I am gonna start doing more like dedicated videos to like self-care, glow up, sort of like becoming the best version of yourself. Because what I really realized from that last video was that we have this like whole beautiful community of people that is just trying to become the best versions of themselves, which makes me so happy. So I want to like tap into that a little more and give you guys the resources and give you guys the things that I've done and have been doing for the past year that have really transformed the way that I live my life and the way that other people perceive me and my attitude toward things. So that will all be coming. Drinking more water, like being hydrated, just like makes you feel good. It makes you feel better. So that's been a constant thing we've been doing. Eating cleaner. I'm gonna have like recipe videos and stuff coming because I'm never gonna be like a green juice girl. That's just not who I am. Like the super like works out every day and like once again, that's not me. but I like to follow my intuition, follow what like I feel like my body needs. And I really tapped into that, which is just clean, organic ingredients and like making things homemade, not eating out as much. Okay, next thing I talked about in that video was supplements, so when I filmed that video, I was going through like a pretty rough patch with anxiety, depression, like my eating disorder had spiked, and it was just like all of these different things. So that video really, I made it to like hold myself accountable. What I was doing with the supplements is I was using them in place of food because I was whatever. So I was taking like 9 different supplements at one time, which my body just did not like, messed up my gut. I didn't go to the bathroom for like 3 weeks. It was just not a great situation. So I've stopped taking them altogether. I only take a multivitamin from Costco. That's it. But, oh, I forgot to talk about hair care. I'm bouncing all over the place. Since I filmed that last video, I've dyed my hair back to like its natural color, which I'm so happy about. I went through like the identity crisis of like I was blonde when I was little. I'm still blonde. Gets lighter in the summertime, which it does, but it's fine. So I went back to like my natural. Now it's just like my natural color with like a little balayage or something. I don't even know what she did, but she made it look like it did when I was little, just a little bit darker. I just feel so much more like myself, and I feel more confident in my body and not having to worry about like, oh, my roots grown out or my the hair was like me trying to be something that I wasn't. Really during the past year, I've kind of like the past like, what has it been, like 4 months since I filmed that video, I've really been like deconditioning myself to realize the things that like I was making myself be versus like the person that I actually am, the person that I'm trying to become in my body. Hair was a big part of that. So okay, the hair is done. Next thing is movement and yoga. Now this is something that if you are on this path of like trying to be the best version of yourself, I would start with yoga. This is what I started with, just as like honestly, it was because I didn't like working out and I wanted to move my body in a certain way. So I was using yoga as exercise, but there's sand in my ear. That is lovely. It turned into so much more than that for me. Yoga is now this like spiritual time with myself, and I'm able to connect my breath to my body, to the ground and the earth and the universe, and just like it was the jumping off point for all of that. I do yoga every day, like 3 times a day. I'm going to the beach like every day now since the weather's a lot nicer, so I do yoga at the beach all the time. But just really like tapping into that connection of my body and just like softening my movements. I mean, I was never like a hardcore lifting weights, working out, running 8 miles type of person, but I definitely, when I worked out, I didn't listen to what my body wanted. I tried to work out to like make my body look a certain way, which I've completely like disavowed that. Now I just do yoga because it feels good and it's like a nice sacred time for myself. So that's been a big one too, is yoga. Yeah, but I do yoga like 3 times a day now. That's been a huge part of like my spiritual awakening, I guess, because during this whole glow up process, I think the reason a lot of you guys latched onto that last video so much was because it was like, for me, glowing up, it's not about like your physical appearance. Like, yeah, it's nice to like look better and feel better in your body, but it all comes down to like getting in touch with your soul, getting in touch with your higher self. And I don't know, just like I've had so many, like I think I'm trying to like understand what it all means right now, but I think I'm in the process of like, I just looked at the viewfinder and the camera was 12:12. So I'm like in the midst of my spiritual awakening. Like I'm questioning everything. I'm like, it's just all of these breakdowns, like really random weird headaches, and like we're also in a Mercury retrograde, so like I'm so deeply connected to the moon and the planets, and just it's insane. Which astrology is the next thing on the list, which okay, so yoga is really what kickstarted that for me. Before I tried any of like the glowing up, I did yoga. Once I started getting into like the deep meaning of what yoga actually was and starting to like study the Hindu traditions and the Buddhist traditions, that kind of led me to astrology, which I talked about it a little bit in my last video, but I have gotten so much deeper into astrology since that last video. Like, I've tapped into my north node and my south node, and like Sagittarius is in my second house, so I am just like, I don't know, I think during the process of like going deeper into my astrology, I was able to realize the things that were me and were actually like my soul, my spirit, versus the things that were my anxieties. So if you've been subscribed and you know anything about me, I have had an anxiety disorder my whole life. I was always like a very high-strung, anxious person. It's in my DNA, it's whatever. I've gone to like therapy and different medications and all of that fun stuff. I was having these feelings in like my heart and my soul, like that I wanted to do more and I meant for more, and I want to travel and accomplish all of these things and just like live a full and abundant life. And I was having all these feelings, but it felt wrong. Like, I felt like I wasn't supposed to be feeling that way because I had conditioned myself to believe that my anxiety was my personality. Going deeper into my astrology and tapping more into my intuition, I've been able to realize that like what my soul actually wants versus what my anxiety is causing me to do. Like, I was always really nervous about new situations and adverse to change, but once I would do those situations, I would feel so good and like completely exhilarated. So I realized that like my ego, my anxiety was causing me that fear, causing me that uncomfortableness, and I was trying to run away from that uncomfortable feeling to bypass the anxiety, but wasn't leading me to like live the life that I actually wanted to live. So by going deeper into my astrology, I've just learned so much about myself and like all these things that like resonate deep within my soul, but I wasn't able to realize those things because they were covered up by how nervous I was all the time. Or I was like, honestly, it really comes down to the fact that like I realized that I was using my anxiety, my depression, my mental illness for, like, I was using it as an excuse because I didn't want to do certain things, because I didn't want to make myself uncomfortable, because I didn't want to do the dirty work. And I liked having the excuse of like, oh, I can't do that because I'm anxious. Oh, I can't fill in the blank. And once I had that little like realization of, oh my God, this is like not how I'm gonna live the rest of my life, I've been conquering fears daily. I have been like, I read The Untethered Soul, which like, incredible book. I was reading it at the time that I filmed the last glow up video, and it is so incredibly eye-opening, and just it like changed my entire life, changed my entire outlook on life. That was a big like kickstart of it all too. But disconnecting my thoughts from my soul and my being, and just, I don't know, all of that was like a big part of the astrology. So I think the biggest glow up for me happened not physically, like it really happened when I had this realization within myself and kind of like unveiled this spiritual awakening that wasn't even meant to be a spiritual awakening, like it just kind of happened. And once that like kind of took place, everything started to just like snowball and follow, and now I'm seeing angel numbers all the time, and I'm having these really weird like universe experiences and like grounding energy, and just, I could talk about this for ages, but if you guys want like a separate video on like astrology and spiritual awakening, getting in touch with your higher self, all of that, I would be happy to make one, because part of me like doesn't know if people are like interested in this, but I want everyone to be able to feel this like awakeness, I guess, that I feel, and this like lightness, like my body physically, I'm telling you, I physically feel lighter, like I'm vibrating at a higher vibration, because it's insane. It's insane, and I don't know like how to explain it like with words, but it's crazy and amazing. And yeah, okay, next is journaling. It was also a big part of my like spiritual awakeness journey, whatever. Was just going deep into like healing my inner child and doing the shadow work and all these like big buzzwords that you hear on TikTok. But really, all it comes down to is like writing out your feelings, or even like talking about like your feelings. Like, I have had so many incredible conversations with my parents, with my nanny and pops, just like talking out these thoughts that I was having, and these like feelings deep within my soul of like, we're meant, as a human race, we're meant for so much more than what we're told we're supposed to strive for success. Like, that's not the definition of, like, the way we perceive success is not at all what it's supposed, I don't know, I just, I have had this complete 180 turn from the person that I was 4 weeks ago, 6 months ago, even like a week ago. And I'm constantly changing, constantly evolving. The thing too that I've realized during this whole like glow up process is I filmed a video last summer on like how to find your aesthetic, how to find your vibe. And in that video, I was talking, I was like, I don't know, I change all the time. I constantly have new like different interests or like hyperfixations or weird things that I'm obsessed with at a given time. And I thought that that was a bad thing, but during this whole experience that I've had of like glowing up, I realized that I'm just a very, like my soul and my spirit, I believe, has lived so many lives before, and I'm just constantly changing, I'm constantly evolving, I'm constantly like a different person. I don't know, it's so weird to describe, but like this is the first time in my entire life when I actually feel like I have like this greater calling, and I have this like awareness within myself. I know that I'm meant for more. I don't know. This wasn't meant to like, this was literally meant to be like, oh, let's go out for summer and be happy, woo. But it literally turned into like me questioning my entire being in existence, and I wouldn't have it any other way though. I really wouldn't. I want this for all of you, like this sense of just like openness and awareness within myself, and this like, everything I look at, I see beauty in. Like, it's just incredible. Like, everything in this world is made with light, is made with love. We're all these, like, we can all be a light to each other. I don't know. Okay, next thing that I talked about was hot shower and sauna. This is like, for me, I mean, I haven't done, like, I don't even take hot showers anymore. I take, like, really cold showers. I don't know, it makes me feel better. I feel like I've replaced this with, like, going to the beach, being by the sea, all that stuff, since it's warmer now. So I'm at the beach, like, every single day for, like, either we'll go during the day and hang out, or, like, I'll go and watch the sunset. So that one has kind of been replaced by being by the water, which I know not everyone has, like, the access or the ability to do that, but just being outside and connecting with nature has been such a huge part of like this. Hello? Can I get the blow dryer? Yes, I will get it for you. Oh, you're so cute. I love you. I'm obsessed with my mom. Like, I'm obsessed with her. But like connecting with nature. Okay, she's gonna be right there. Just like connecting with nature, putting your feet on the ground. Like, I do yoga outside now every day because it's so nice and warm out, like on the grass, and I feel my feet on the physical earth. Huge part of it. Okay, listen to your body and intuition, that we already talked about, but this has also been like a huge, and it takes practice. Like, it's a constant practice, and obviously I'm nowhere near the level that I want to be with my self-aware. Well, I mean, I've always been really self-aware, but like still have so much further I want to progress in this like journey or whatever. But listening to my intuition, like my body knows what it wants, and like deep down I know what I want. And for the longest time I just tried to cover that up with like material objects or distracting myself. And once I actually took the time to just like sit with my own soul and realize what it was asking for, that's when like the biggest change happened. And the thing is too, this is coming from someone, I was raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic grade school, Catholic high school. I was all like Jesus-y last year, and I've just had all of these like, I've just had so much of this, like, this is the only thing that I've ever done that's worked. Okay, so like the spirituality, the connectivity to myself, realizing that like the universe is literally inside of me. I am this like being experiencing human form. It's just, this is getting really hippy dippy, but I swear to God it works. It works. Okay, next thing, Last one is spend money on things that you like and will last a while. This was for like the style category. I have continued to do this. I will continue to do this. I'm actually at a point right now where I like feel like I still have too much stuff. Like I want to get rid of a lot of my clothes and just simplify. There's your glow up update. I can confidently say that I am the happiest I've ever been, the most aware and in touch with myself that I've ever been. Yeah, I think I'm still in the process of like becoming like my healthiest self, which that's an ongoing journey. But I don't know, guys. It just that it's crazy because this is the first thing that I've ever done that's like actually worked, where I feel in touch with myself, with my spirit, with my soul, and I want this for all of you guys. So if you have any questions or anything, comment them down below. You can feel free if you like want to just talk or vent or anything, DM me on Instagram. So if you are new and you've stuck around to this point of the video, I'd love it if you would subscribe if you're not scared off by my crazy hippiness. Follow me on Instagram at Sarah Elizabeth, TikTok, Sarah Elizabeth, Pinterest. I think it's Sarah Elizabeth Lifestyle on there. Oh God. I'm gonna go enjoy the sunshine. All of my love.